Hello, I'm Terrydavidmulligan, and I'm the host-producer of Mulligan Stew, CKUA Radio, the Mulligan Stew podcast, and the Terry David Mulligan YouTube channel. Now, enough of that. It's Christmas time, and I have always tried to find a way to bring Christmas music into my life and through the microphones. It started at CBC Radio with producer Susan Englebert, who really wanted singers and songwriters in a circle just talking and singing about Christmas. And I loved the idea. And we did it for 5 or 6 or 7 years. We lost Susan Englebert, unfortunately, to cancer. We do these shows in memory of her and what she brought to us. So after CBC, Roundhouse Radio was the next opportunity. We did 3 years at Roundhouse with Barney Bentall. And I have been doing CKUA for 28, 29 years. And we finally found a place and a space to do this concept of music in and around Christmas time, because it can bring a lot of joy and support, actually. And who best to do it than the Trans Canada Highwaymen? I know them all. They've been together for years. I love their sense of humor that they bring to everything that they do. Berg from Pursuit of Happiness, Chris Murphy from Sloan, Stephen Page from BNLadies and Stephen Page Trio, and Craig Northey from The Odds and Stephen Page Trio. So, and they swap off each other, they play off each other, and they heckle each other. It's beautiful. So here's what's going to happen. We're just going to get together with these guys in Craig's studio in North Vancouver. I just asked them to bring one song each and one song at the end to sing to take us out, and just tell us stories about their Christmases past and present. Here you go. Merry Christmas to you. Hello, I'm Terrydavidmulligan, Mulligan Stew, CKUA Radio, the CKUA Mulligan Stew podcast, and the Terry David Mulligan YouTube channel. We are in all configurations, and this is our Christmas special, our holiday special for 2024, heading into 2025. And we have done this in the past, as you well know. Gentlemen, I'm going to introduce you right now, and I'll tell you how this all came to be. I have Chris Murphy from Sloan on your left. Hello,
Top
Chris.
billing.
Hello. I have Craig Northey from The Odds and the Stephen Page Trio.
Hi.
There he is.
Hi, there I am. I'm waving.
I have Berg from Truck 59, The News, Modern Minds, and Face Crime, Cream Crime, from Edmonton, born there, 1959. Because it's CKUA, he is the local. Hello, Berg.
Hi.
And Stephen Page.
I had another band too I was in.
What was it?
What was it called?
It was called The Pursuit of Happiness. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yes, of
Right, of
course.
course.
Pursuit of Happiness. But those are your Edmonton bands. I was trying to credit you with that.
That's very good.
Stephen Page.
That was all of them too.
Stephen Page, BNLadies, and Stephen Page Trio, and others. They all do other things. Welcome, gentlemen. This started a long time ago in a faraway place called the CBC Studios, which at the time in Vancouver were above the lobby of the Hotel Vancouver. That's how cool it was. And we gathered, myself and Valdy and Terry Frewer and Roy Forbes, Bim, gathered. Shari Ulrich. We gathered in the studio. We drank wine. We traded Christmas stories and songs, and it became like an 8-year extension. It was fantastic. And then we lost Susan Englebert, our producer. She succumbed to cancer, and we honor her with each and every show that we do. When Roundhouse Radio started in Vancouver, I realized that I could start this again at Christmas time, and I got a hold of Don Schaefer. He said, let's do it. And then Barney Bentall was doing Caribou Express and was on tour, and he had the mics and the bodies and the voices. And he came in and did 3 years. And Craig Northey was one of the gunslingers that came in with a cast, if I remember correctly, on his foot. And we did 3 years. And this now becomes another tradition. It's the Trans Canada Highwaymen. It's the Trans Canada Christmas special. That's how we got to this moment. Hello. Where have I found you? What room are you in?
We're in Craig's studio.
Yeah, in beautiful, snowy North Vancouver.
First of all, I noticed that Chris, you have a guitar in your hand. Does that mean you're going to be leading us in the first song?
Yeah, I'm ready to go and play a song. If you want to hear one, is that what it's going to be? Shall I go?
No, just hold on a second. I want to make sure I was correct there. Now, because I didn't see you at rehearsal. Here's the thing. I need to know from each of you, and I'll start with you, Chris, what Christmas means to you, what the time of the season means to you. Is it a kind of thing that you embrace, or you just put up with until it's done?
No, I'm really into it. I love hanging out with my parents. I always have. And I love hanging out with my kids. So, my parents had Christmas parties all growing up, and everybody from the church they went to and their respective jobs, and my friends. And my mother's a real entertainer, and so we had, always someone at the piano and singing tons of songs. And I'm really nostalgic for that. I have some of them on VHS tape, and I've digitized all that stuff, and I love it. And so many of my parents' friends are gone now, so it's bittersweet and sad to see these things, but I loved it. And just another sidebar thing. My niece was premature in 2008, and I also have another tradition with her parents and our families. We often do a thing called intensive caroling, because she was so long in the intensive care that we would have a caroling event where we would raise a little bit of money for families who are basically stuck going to the hospital every day for 6 months to visit their kids. So just like to buy them coffees and that kind of thing. We don't raise that much money, but I haven't done it actually since the pandemic, so I should be doing that again. But we did it for about 10 years straight. But I just wanted to say intensive caroling because it's one of my best puns ever. That's a wrap for Chris. And yeah, I do charity work. You can clap.
It's not a lot of charity work, but it's, it takes some work.
I'm into Christmas. I'm like, I know we're going to go around the horn here, but like, I love Perry Como Christmas album. I know it. I know all his histrionics and all, like, I love it. And yeah, Christmas is the best.
Was it difficult to come up with a song that you could agree on that you wanted to share with us? And by the way, I didn't say to you guys, it doesn't have to be a Christmas song per se. It just has to reflect how a lot of people are feeling at this time of the year.
I was so pig-headed as to that. I thought that I'm singing a Christmas original. I don't know if that's the worst thing I could do.
No, it's perfect. It's perfect. Thank you. But
it's good, and it almost makes me sad. Like, is it bad form to be moved by your own song? It just makes me think of my parents. Parents are alive and well, and my kids are. But it makes me think of my kids and my parents. So like, I literally will be like moving myself like a giant jerk.
I'll get a bucket.
What is this song called, Chris?
This song is called "Kids Come Back Again at Christmas."
Do you need any other voices with you, or are you on your own here?
He's actually asked us specifically to leave this song
just knock it off, guys.
He offered to play it, so he's like, "You're gonna wreck it."
Okay.
We will just wreck it. They have played it with me before, but they don't know it, and so I would just do it on my own.
I was gonna maybe sing bass, but
You can sing a little bass.
Did you
sing fiddle?
Oh, it's about moving away and kids growing up and stuff, like all that stuff that makes me cry. But yeah, is it time to start playing songs?
Yes, it is. Thank you.
Okay. Children really are the reason, yeah, that we celebrate the season. Yeah, though others have expressed their doubts, let the religious and big business fight it out. Kids don't care, they just want Christmas. Oh, it's Christmas. Oh, it's Christmas. Time can fly without you knowing. Yeah, before your eyes the kids are growing. Yeah, and pretty soon they're up and out. Let them run, let them experience the world. Kids come back again at Christmas. Oh, Christmas. Let them know the door is open when they go. Kids come back and so we celebrate the season. Yeah, they're gone again, they have their reasons. Yeah, they didn't mean to do this to you. Yeah, you did this to someone yourself too. Yeah, but did it ever cross your mind? Call them up, it would really mean the world. Kids come back again at Christmas. Oh, at Christmas. Oh, at Christmas. Oh, at Christmas.
Yes. Golf clap. Wonderful. Wonderful.
I should say of that song, I find it sad and moving, but I wrote it, so I won't talk anymore. But my wife was like, do you really need that last bit where, you know, you have to she's like, that makes it maudlin and the worst. But I was like, that's the best part. Anyway, she knows nothing. Do you want to change
I'm going to ask you a story for a second. I'm going to tell you a story, and it comes with a question. Jan Arden surprised me once in the middle of a conversation. We were standing in Brian Adams' studio in Gastown, state of the art. She's looking down on the street below, a doorway. She, you know what? I busked in that doorway for 2 winters. I busked in that very doorway, which I thought was totally, completely ironic because she was compiling her greatest hits here in the studio. Have any of you busked in and around Christmas?
Well, BNLadies used to busk quite a bit, but it was like it was very much we were mercenaries about busking. You know, like there was no goodwill toward men. It was like, come see our gig. That's why we busked. Right. But yeah, we love Christmas caroling, and we still do, and that's why BNL made a Christmas record. Like, we just had a surplus of that stuff. But the idea of standing out on the street busking at Christmas time, like, now I look back and think, God, that sounds terrible. I mean, I love hearing people singing.
Yeah, I'm into it. I went caroling with my parents and stuff. I mean, it's not busking. I mean, we
busking
didn't get paid.
It's just busking is punishment. I mean, we did it so much. BNL did it in our early days so much. Like, I couldn't do that now as a fully formed adult.
Craig Northey.
Yeah, I don't have any busking stories from you guys.
No.
Modern minds, do they busk?
Cruelty.
I hate singing.
Hello, Craig.
Hi, how are you?
Was I correct? I'm very well, thank you. I'm absolutely delighted that you guys have joined me. I remember when you were there at Roundhouse Radio, and you were part of our Christmas in the Round, and you had taken a shot to the foot.
I think that's what it is. I did a series of injuries over my life to the same foot. So I measure my existence in the dates.
In feet.
But I can't remember that one. In feet, I measure my existence in feet. I think my body is trying to reject my right foot. But yeah, I think I had been hit by a slap shot playing hockey, and I had broken some bones in my foot.
Yes. I believe you were on meds at the time as well. Yes, I remember that well.
Well, that's another thing altogether.
That's what he says.
And you guys have met in the studio so that you could maybe just go over songs for gigs you were going to do, or you're recording, or what are you doing? You're just hanging out.
We met in the studio so we could be with you doing this.
I thank
Yeah,
you for
we're here for you, Terry.
We're only here for you.
I thank you. I can't take the guilt. Craig, I'm trying to remember what you sang for us on the previous Christmas special, but are you going to start anew? What do you got?
I think that was Darlene Love, but I think I did.
Move over and
Come, baby, please come home. But I'll do something for you.
oh, give me that guy.
Give me that.
Oh, I like that. Very nice.
This one is a song I wrote with my friend Brent Butt. So I wrote this song with Brent, and we made a little animated cartoon feature out of it. And so anything you like about the song is what I wrote. But it was Brent's idea that people like to sing at Christmas. We're singing at Christmas, and some people aren't very good at it. So he was trying to encourage them to sing at Christmas, but with some thought towards whether it's appropriate. It's Christmas time. There's joy and love everywhere. There's also a special kind of magic in the air. And even if the rest of the year you can't carry a tune in a bucket, when the north wind blows, you hear the ho-ho-hos. It's time to say,
That's not appropriate for me.
'cause everyone can sing at Christmas. Right, Stephen?
That's right. Everybody can sing at Christmas. You get a magical new voice that just comes from the angels for exactly 12 days.
Is this essentially is essentially what he's getting is that everybody shouldn't sing unless it's Christmas?
I don't know. I'll just move on and see if we can discover the truth.
You can't talk while you're recording.
That looks like it's too hard to talk and
It's
play
really
at the same
hard.
time.
I'm not Arlo Guthrie.
He's patting his head and rubbing his tummy.
What's 81 divided by
Divided by what?
9?
9.
Nice. Nice. Get on with the show here.
Don't think that you can suddenly do kung fu. You could end up bleeding from a swift and brutal Yuletide beating. Don't think that the hottie at work is gonna magically think that you're not a jerk. When you make your move, you still come off as a goof. But the holiday magic has a musical perk. That's everyone can sing at Christmas. Yep. Everyone can sing at Christmas. Oh, Bridge. Don't think that you can get me wrong when you hear me singing this Christmas song. The magic doesn't do whatever you please. You can't dodge a bullet. You can't just eat cheese.
I love to eat cheese.
Everyone loves cheese.
Foreshadowing.
True.
You know better at math than you were last week. You can't walk into the bank and just take a leak. You can't stroll up to your boss and say you're stupid, ugly, and rotten and expect that in the new year it'll be all forgotten. So when you feel that December chill and see the northern star, I hope you're filled with joy, just please don't go too far. And even if there's rum in the nog and you got a pant load of holiday spirit, you're not really an elf, so keep your hands to yourself. You better belt out a tune and let the whole world hear it, 'cause everyone can sing at Christmas. What'd you guys say?
We said
Everyone can sing at Christmas. What's that? Everyone can sing. Even you can sing. Yeah. Everyone can sing at Christmas.
Craig Northey, everybody.
So many chords in those old-fashioned songs.
Jazzy.
I had a whole modulated section down, and I didn't do it.
Craig Northey. I need to ask you, and I may even know the answer to this question. How do you celebrate Christmas? Do you embrace it? Do you hide out from it? Do you just endure it? What?
I've had my periods where I was the Scrooge, but for the last number of years there was the CP holiday train. The odds were on 5 or 6 times, I think, and we crossed Canada starting earlier, like in early November, and did 85 shows across Canada on a train with whistle stops, kind of the Festival Express. Chris has done it too, and Stephen went on it during COVID. We were supposed to be on it, but we just did a little TV special instead from the train. Anyway, it gets you in the spirit because you're rolling into towns, you're bringing donations to the food bank, the local communities are galvanized around the idea of supporting their community. They all show up. You play music for them. Everybody's happy. Bonfires are going, lights are up, and then you leave town and go do it again. And sometimes you do it as many as 6 or 7 times a day. Speaking of the busking in the winter, it is freezing. It almost impossible to play at times. Your hand is just a frozen claw, and but it's totally worth it. And that's changed my perspective on Christmas. I embrace all of it.
Okay. Thank you for that. Stephen, would you introduce Mo Berg to the audience, please?
Well, I mean, what is there to say about the fantastic Mo Berg? He's one of Canada's greatest songwriters. Originally from Edmonton, Alberta, of the Pursuit of Happiness, and I would say the secret weapon of the Trans Canada Highwaymen.
It's a secret now.
Exactly, but now you all are going to find out who the boss is.
The Modern Minds, actually, we're going to do the holiday train. This was like just before the last spike.
Hey, shout out to Port Moody, the home of the last spike where I grew up.
Very nice. Thank you. Mo Berg, tell me about Christmas. What do you remember about Christmas in Edmonton, for example? What kind of memories do you have?
Well, I've always loved Christmas, and I still love it a lot. We grew up kind of poor, so the idea of getting a gift, things like that, was super amazing, and always great family time, and my whole family was pretty into Christmas, and my family now, my wife and my kids are very into Christmas, and so Christmas is a big deal at our house, very big deal.
Was there a first guitar, Mo?
At Christmas?
Yeah.
No. There was just the Kent that was just in the house. So the first real good guitar I had was a beautiful Rickenbacker that was sort of donated to me by my brother-in-law. And then I broke it and he took it back and got it fixed, and now I'll never see it again.
Were you discovered singing carols? I mean, did the family know you were going to be a singer or that you like singing?
They knew I wanted to be a rock star. It's a very different thing. All right. I hate singing, but but I wanted to be in music, and I wanted to. Yeah, this is foreshadowing. Yeah, I'm setting everyone up here. And so they knew I was obsessed with music my whole life. Yeah.
And what rock star did you want to be? What kind of rock star?
What kind?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I would do. I loved like sort of more theatrical. I loved like Alice Cooper and Queen. I liked all the punk rockers because they dressed cool and looked cool. I loved the New York Dolls and anybody who kind of looked cool on stage. I like that.
Were you a Kiss guy? Did you go through your Kiss phase?
What's that?
Kiss.
Oh yeah. I like Kiss too. Yeah. My little brother was the one who really got me into Kiss.
I was a big Kiss guy.
Yeah.
So let's move on from Kiss.
Merry Christmas.
What Christmas song or what seasonal song did you bring and why? Which one?
Well, I'm going to break with my friends here, and who are all doing fabulous original songs. I'm going to sing my favorite Christmas song. which is and this is a song that I remember listening to when I was growing up as a kid. We'd always play it at Christmas time. There was a couple of records that we had that Glenn Campbell's Christmas record was one, and Frank Sinatra's Christmas record was another one. And so this song is the first song we play every Christmas morning at my family Christmas.
Mo Berg.
All right. And so when I was getting this ready, it's a song. There's a song I've heard a million times, and I just thought, I know this song. I can play it. And I go, yeah, I know it from memory. And then I sat down to try and practice it, and it's like, I can't play this. I don't know how this goes. Like, so I'm going to do my best. Okay. It's the chords are crazy. Okay? Oh, by gosh, by golly. It's time for mistletoe and holly. Tasty pheasants, Christmas presents, countrysides covered with snow. Oh, by gosh, by jingle, it's time for carols and Kris Kringle. Overeating, merry greetings from relatives you don't know. Then comes that big night, giving the tree a trim. You'll hear voices by starlight, singing a Yuletide hymn. Oh, by gosh, by golly, it's time for mistletoe and holly. Fancy ties and grandma's pies, and folks stealing a kiss or two, as they whisper Merry Christmas to you. Then comes the big night, giving the tree the trim. You'll hear voices by starlight, singing a Yuletide hymn. Oh, by gosh, by golly, it's time for mistletoe and holly. Fancy ties and grandma's pies, and folks stealing a kiss or two, as they whisper Merry Christmas to you. Some of the greatest rhymes in the history of recorded music on that song. I'm also noticing that I could maybe get canceled from this. There's a whole folks stealing a kiss or two. It's kind of like Donald Trump's favorite Christmas song. All right.
We know that song at our house as McNarland and Holly.
Nice work, Mo. Thank you for that.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
And so, Stephen Page, would you like to introduce
All
yourself?
right, let me go over to that other place there.
What does Christmas mean to you?
Is here.
While you're doing,
Yeah.
tell us about your place in the seasonal season, the Hanukkah, Christmas, whatever season that comes along that gets supported and celebrated.
Well, yeah, I'm Jewish, and so I grew up with probably the most deluxe holiday you could imagine, which is the sense that we had. We got a little. I'll do that in a minute. Okay, great. We actually had both Christmas and Hanukkah. We had Hanukkah and then Santa. So it's like without any of the other Christmas stuff to complicate, just Santa came, filled our stockings, and we got Hot Wheels. So we got Hanukkah, which was like on Hanukkah you get like socks and lame stuff, and then on Christmas you get Hot Wheels. Pretty good. Yeah, let's see how we're doing over here.
So
How is this? We got.
I'm going to do some tech stuff, Terry.
I want to thank Mr. Craig Northey for setting this up for us. Look at this.
Now, before you get started, Stephen, before you get started, you've done you and BNLadies did an entire album of Christmas, of course. What is it? How tough is it to actually write a Christmas song that comes back year after year after year? What has to happen in that song?
Oh, I wish I knew the answer. because we certainly have those opportunities to write songs, Christmas songs, and then I'm working on a Christmas album myself, a Stephen Page holiday record, hopefully to come out for next year. And you want those songs to have some kind of connection that will continue year after year, and you just don't know what that's going to be. And sometimes it's a reinterpretation of an old classic. Like Bare Naked Ladies did that "God Rest You Merry Gentlemen" with Sarah McLachlan. That kind of it goes on forever. As far as I hear it when I'm in the drugstore, in the grocery store, and it's of course as a composer you want more of that. So this is a song. I'm going to play a song for you that I wrote just as we were kind of getting back to seeing each other at the end of the pandemic. So maybe in 2022, and we were having social gatherings again, and I wondered whether we actually knew how to have those anymore, or whether we actually enjoyed them, or whether I enjoyed them, and wrote this. And I'll say it like Chris feels about his holiday song. Even though mine is ridiculously stupid, something about it chokes me up. There are times, I've said this many times, people look at me, give me this look on their face of what are you talking about? When I say, this might be my favorite thing I've ever written. But I'm overselling it because I'm gonna make a million mistakes. Let's see how this goes.
Stephen Page.
Here we go.
And Slate.
I'll play the right song. Christmas time is here again. And suddenly I'm out with friends. Hope their laughter never ends. But I can't pretend that I know how to do this anymore. Make excuses, head back home. It's not so bad to be alone. Spend some time with good old me. Make my favorite recipe. I'm gonna make a cheese log with cream cheese and cheddar cheese. Gonna make a cheese log with cream cheese and cheddar cheese. Gonna make a cheese log with cream cheese and cheddar cheese. 'Cause Christmas time is here again. Gonna take the pecans, unless you take pecans. Gonna take the pecans, okay, I mean pecans. Either way, the pecans, oh damn, I meant pecans, are pressed and pressed into the log. There's something else, another word. I know it. You need a sturdy cracker before you try this snack, or else you're gonna watch it fall to pieces in your hand. No need for you to risk it. Just try a good old Triscuit. The plain or no or salt is fine. I tell you as a friend of mine, you gotta understand. 'Cause Christmas time is here again. And suddenly I'm out with friends. I hope their laughter never ends. But I don't know how to do this anymore. Gonna make a cheese log with cream cheese and cheddar cheese. Gonna make a cheese log with cream cheese and cheddar cheese. Gonna make a cheese log with cream cheese and cheddar cheese. 'Cause Christmas time is here again. 'Cause Christmas time is here again. 'Cause Christmas time is here again. could hear the piano. Well, no,
That is the best thing you've ever done.
Yeah, thanks.
Stephen, I just, this is a dumb question, but I've never seen a cheese log.
So cheese log, you might also see occasionally in the grocery store a cheese ball.
Oh, a cheese ball.
Which was a rounded version of a cheese ball. It's just cream cheese and cheddar cheese, and then you roll it in pecans, as I sing in the song.
I've seen those.
Yeah. And then you put those on a festive table, maybe at an office party or a family gathering. You have a nice firm cracker, as I suggest, and that's a great festive snack.
Are there craisins scattered around?
Yeah, usually you can put put some craisins around there, maybe some apple.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any seasonal superstitions? Any laws you can't break?
Well, for me, no pork. So gathering around the Christmas pig is unacceptable. No, I don't have any.
I don't like raisins and stuffing. I don't know. Should I have said that?
No.
Well, I don't either. I don't like raisins and stuffing
I
either.
don't like that either.
Ugh, who would do that?
I don't know. It's disgusting.
My parents' friend Genevieve. I was like putting them in my napkin over at their house for Christmas.
Yeah, that should not be. That shouldn't be.
That's very personal. That's very personal. Here's a question: if you did do a Trans Canada Christmas special, like on stage, what would the song structure be like? Would you write your own, or you just do traditional favorites?
I think we would have to each bring something original to the table, and then some old holiday favorites.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the set, like you do it. This is what we used to do in the BNL days. Do these holiday tours where you do a bunch of holiday songs, and then you still pull out the hits.
Oh yeah.
And you don't have to like turn them into holiday versions. It's not like the old apartment becomes the old stocking or whatever.
Yeah.
All right, what's
It's like the Who. They did Tommy, and then they did the hits.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tommy's pretty much, we watch that for Christmas because Anne Margaret rolling in baked beans is sort of so Christmassy.
Yeah, there's nothing as festive as baked beans.
Chris Murphy?
And there's a Christmas song on Tommy.
Chris, just for a second. Chris, the one Christmas song you never want to hear again as long as you live.
I don't like a lot of the people go nuts for like the Mariah Carey stuff, and like I never got into that kind of stuff. I like all the old ones. Like I'm very not religious, but I love all the old religious carols and all those. Those are all my favorites. Are those kind of like I don't know what they're.
How about you, Mo?
King Wenceslas, like all that kind of stuff.
Mo Berg?
I possibly unpopular opinion here, but I could never hear "Simply Having a Wonderful Christmas Time" by Paul McCartney ever again.
That would be my call as well. That's the one. I mean, and I love Paul McCartney more than just about any other artist. But that's a song. Even though I imagine it was probably a lot of fun making it. I just don't need to hear it.
Doesn't he make $1 million a year from that song?
Yes, of course he does.
You know what he does? He gives that to people who need cups of coffee.
Sure. You don't have to clap for that.
Craig Northey, do you have an answer to that question?
Which one would I avoid? Well,
never want to hear again as long as you live.
Or the train. There's the train. I've repeated a lot of Christmas songs. You know what? If they're all okay by me, maybe Mustang Sally.
Okay. Now I listen. Where will you be come Christmas time, Stephen?
I'm gonna be. I live outside of Syracuse, New York, so I'll be there. I'm still waiting to figure out which ones of my. Usually, my children come down from Toronto on Boxing Day, and then we do it all over again. So I'm waiting to see who's coming and when. But we'll do Christmas down there in America. Christmas starts on Labor Day. So I've been like, I've been opening my Advent calendar every day since September.
Mo Berg, where will you be?
I'll be in Toronto with my 2 children and my wife, and we have a very long Christmas day planned. It's like we give each other a lot of stocking presents, and we wrap every single one. So you have to wait for everybody to unwrap each present in turn. So it takes about 2 hours. And then we have crepes, and then we open our actual Christmas gifts, and by then it's like I'm hammered, and it's like 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So
I've got my playlist too. I like playlist goes. It starts about 2 days before Christmas, and it just keeps going.
Right.
And for me, when I was a kid, my mom would buy those variety packs of cereals for
that's
Christmas.
so good.
So that's Christmas morning is.
Yeah.
My kids do not and never did care about that. I'm the only
my
person
kids
who
loved
eats that
it.
stuff. Like, because I still get psyched for that.
Yeah, we were too poor for that. That would have been like an unbelievable luxury for me. We were so poor.
Craig Northey, where will you be?
One cornflake.
Where will you be, Craig?
I'll be about 40 feet from where I'm sitting right now with my family, and this is the first one in a while where we're all together on Christmas Day, and we have our first grandchild. So,
Fantastic. And Chris, how about you? Where will you be?
that's going to be cool. I don't know. We'll be showing this baby all kinds of things like this is happening, and the baby will be sleeping.
I'll be doing my charity work, and I'll be with my folks. Come from Halifax, and they stay with my sister, but they hang out at my place, and I have the in-laws, and I'm into it. I'm into all that stuff. I'm mostly cleaning up, and I'm just in the background while everyone's opening presents. I never get anything, and then my wife opens something that she gave to me to give to her, and then I don't see any of that. I'm just like washing dishes, but I'm happy as a clam.
I want everybody to know that Chris is yelling because he's in another room.
When I was explaining this gathering to Craig, I said we need a kumbaya moment, a group hug, so to speak. Did you come up with a song for us? There you go. There you go.
You might have noticed when they were doing their songs and they were singing on each other's songs, I kind of missed the rehearsal, and I thought maybe I should. My wife went to see Duran Duran with 2 friends who are huge Duran Duran fans, and they were singing to every song, and she felt left out, so she just moved her mouth like she knew the songs and pretended. Aww. And she told me that, and I laughed so hard, I cried for about 3 or 4 days, and so now it's a thing. It's like, when she goes out, I say, "You're gonna Duran Duran this?" And so that's kind of, I was contemplating Duran Duraning these things, and then I just couldn't do it. So my mouth may or may not be moving during this.
Oh, it will be.
Speaking of Duran Duran, I think that Simon Le Bon was present when Bob Geldof called together all of the greatest pop stars, everyone from Maryland to Paul Young, was present for this momentous occasion, and they recorded a song. Phil Collins played drums. What else about it, Stephen?
They wrote some of the most patronizing lyrics in the history of rock.
It's great.
But the intentions were good. Yeah. And that none of the money actually got to any of the people it was intended for.
Really?
Yeah, apparently just like the grain that it bought sat in port and rotted.
Oh.
But sorry, that's just that.
Well, maybe we'll do I Don't Like Mondays instead. The Garfield theme song. Yeah. This song is called Do They Know It's Christmas? It goes something like this. Although, sorry, we're going to get Mo
plugged in here.
teched in here. Is that good enough?
All right.
Are we going to start it, or Steve? How do you want to do it?
It's Christmas time. There's no need to be afraid. At Christmas time, we let it light, we banish shade.
Take it, Steve.
In our world of plenty, we can spread a smile of joy. You throw your arms around the world. Christmas time. But say a prayer. Pray for the other one. At Christmas time, it's hard, but
Okay, this time.
Oh, anything ever goes. No rain or river will blow. Do they know it's Christmas time at all? Here's to you. Raise a glass for everyone. Here's to them underneath that burning sun. Do they know it's Christmas time at all? One, two, three, four. Free the world. Free the world. Free the world. Let them know it's Christmas time. Free the world. Let them know it's Christmas time. Free the world. Let them know it's Christmas time again. Well, let them know it's Christmas time again. Charity work.
Happy holidays. Feed the world.
Gentlemen, about half of that was frozen screen.
Trust us, it was amazing.
We got it.
I want to say goodbye to you guys because you have to get on your way and do your things at K-Meek and stuff and get on with your lives.
Got our soundtrack to do.
Yeah.
My parents have been together. How old am I? 57. They've been together. They've been married 58 years. But what they do is they count Christmases because they've been together longer than they were married. So I forget what it is. You add 7 to that. So that's another thing that we do at our place is we count Christmases we've been together. And how many Christmases have we been playing together, you guys, since
Well,
2017?
yeah, so that's
Anyway,
can
we
I
count
ask
Christmases at my house. Christmas is a big deal.
non-traditional seasonal question. Can I just ask, because you're all together in the same room, do you have plans for 2025? Anything you can tell us about? Anything?
We're playing in Newfoundland, Labrador.
yeah, we're doing a tour of Newfoundland and Labrador in February.
Playing a couple shows in Ontario in April.
And we are also planning on the follow-up to Explosive Hits Volume 1 with Explosive Hits Volume 2.
We have a little tour of Norway in May.
Yeah,
That's real.
that
Sounds
is real.
It's real. It sounds fake, but it's real.
All right, let's have a Norwegian Christmas song. I want to thank you very much for doing this, guys, because it can't be done without you. Chris Murphy from Sloan, Craig Northey from Odds, and Stephen Page Trio. Going to be playing the Commodore, are you not?
Odds are playing the Commodore February 21st with our pals Limblifter.
Nice. Stephen Page, BNLadies, and Stephen Page Trio. Happy Hanukkah to you, Mo Berg. We welcome you back to CKUA and the Edmonton transmitters and the 16 transmitters, donor-supported radio. And we want to thank you for Pursuit of Happiness, always, from the start to the finish. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
very
you,
much.
Terry.
Thanks, Terry.
Happy holidays, everybody. Merry Christmas.
Thank you. Onward.
Thanks,
I
Terry.
send you onward. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.